You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 9, covering the entire DMV. 7 people shot in DC. What do we know about the St. Patrick's Day shooting that left 2 people dead in Northwest?
They're beautiful.
They are here. Peak bloom. DC's cherry blossoms showing off to crowds of locals and tourists. A report near the National Mall, the final stage earlier than predicted, and we're helping you save cash to get there. And Metro crackdown incoming. The steep fine that fare evaders will face starting tomorrow, now mirroring existing consequences in Maryland and Virginia.
And no 70s coming up over the next week as far as daytime highs. Much cooler air is set in place. We'll talk about how cool it'll be on your Monday coming up.
And good evening, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Ben Dennis. We start tonight in the district. Police say that 2 people are dead, 5 more hurt after a shooting in Northwest. We're told this happened around 3 a.m. at the intersection of 7th and P. This is in the Shaw neighborhood. Police say all of the victims were adults. No word on the condition of the 5 who survived. Police are asking anybody with information to give them a call. In Howard County, Maryland, police say the 2 women were killed in a 3-car crash in Ellicott City overnight. Officials say an Acura was driving on the wrong side of Route 100 around 2 a.m. when it was hit by a Subaru and a Lincoln. The drivers of the Acura and the Subaru were pronounced dead on the scene. Police say the driver of the Lincoln was not hurt. That investigation is ongoing. And happening now in the nation's capital, smoke seen billowing near Logan Circle. DC Fire says that they responded to a first-floor kitchen fire at a restaurant on 14th Street. Officials say that 5 adults living above that restaurant are now without a home. The fire made its way to the roof through the ductwork there. No injuries reported at this hour. And DC's famed cherry blossom reaching their full potential and earlier than expected. Peak bloom is finally here. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us from the Tidal Basin as there was no shortage of folks to see them.
Full bloom happened 6 days earlier than predicted, and word spread fast as folks turned out en masse to take in the cherry blossoms.
We thought we'd beat the crowd, and that is not the case.
Nick Boston and family had plenty of company at the Tidal Basin Sunday as people gathered to see this year's bloom. Julie Boston had another reason to see the cherry blossoms.
We're happy so we can see them before I pop.
The National Park Service originally predicted peak bloom to happen between March 23rd through the 26th. It typically occurs during the last week of March and the first week of April. However, Mother Nature had other plans with the warmer weather that moved up the date.
We're fortunate that we only live about a mile away and are able to come and see them.
Anna Fahey and Nicholas Barrera recently moved from Annapolis and are not disappointed by what they saw.
They're beautiful.
This is actually our first time. We just moved to the city.
We've been looking forward to it since we moved in July.
70% of the cherry blossoms reached peak bloom Sunday, according to the National Park Service. The National Park Service says the record for peak bloom happened on March 15th, 1990. At the Tidal Basin, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
2 days shy of beating that record. Well, this year's National Annual Cherry Blossom Festival runs March 20th through April the 14th. Exciting stuff in D.C. Time is 9:03. Grab those allergy pills. You might need them, Scott. I know you've got a forecast if you're going to go and visit them.
Yeah, absolutely there, Ben. The allergies are running high. And yeah, 1990 was also a pretty warm year, if I do recall. Looking ahead this week, we're not going to be quite as warm for the cherry blossoms. Mondays, Tuesdays, and even Thursdays forecast should be into the lower 50s here in the district. Wednesday's forecast is for lower 60s. Little exception to the rule there, but still a lot cooler than what we just went through here. Matter of fact, let's break it down for you and show you this multi-city forecast from D.C. To Winchester to Frederick. Again, we're going to take you through the wee hours of the morning. Those temperatures will continue to fall into the 30s and 40s. We'll rebound here as we get into Monday in the lower 50s, like I said, for D.C. 40s, mid and upper 40s here for Winchester and Frederick, Maryland. And then going beyond that point, we'll drip down back into the 30s tomorrow night. It'll be a little cooler tomorrow night than tonight. And then climbing again, only up into the lower 50s here for D.C., 40s for Winchester and Frederick, Maryland. So stepping outside here, you open up the door here on March 18th. And what do we have? Well, we do have a cool start, a little bit of a breeze out there. Winds out of the west at 5 to 15 miles an hour, but it should be dry for us. So chilly and breezy is going to sum up the next couple of days. Some mountain snow showers as well. A chilly start to spring, which begins on Tuesday, and rain next weekend. Yeah, the possibility is there. We'll talk about it with a 7-day coming up.
Looking forward to it, Scott. Thank you. Starting tomorrow, if you skip out on paying your Metro fare, it could cost you plenty more money. DC News Now weekend morning anchor Tosin Fakile has more on what to expect tomorrow and how things got to this point.
Getting arrested or paying a fine of up to $100. Those are the options fare evaders will face starting Monday. And Metro is cracking down harder now because of a new provision in the newly signed Secure DC crime bill. The legislation requires anyone stopped for fare evasion to provide their true name and address. If they don't, they get fined or arrested. WMATA says before the provision in the Secure DC bill, transit officers could only ask fare evaders to leave the station or go back and pay. So how did we even get here? Well, Metro says it started cracking down on fare evasion in 2022. And in 2022, WMATA says fare revenues contributed $213 million to fund Metro operations. And the transportation body estimated over $40 million in revenue loss in fiscal year 2022 because of fare evasions. Now, the loss of revenue, they say, impacts things like service and maintenance. The new crackdown applies to DC. In Maryland and Virginia, skipping fares already carries a $100 fine. Now, also under the new DC law that is tougher on fare evasion, the new law also increases the penalty for assaulting bus and rail operators or Metro employees. In the studio, I'm Tosin Fakile. Back to you.
Some big changes right around the corner. Thanks, Tosin. Meanwhile, in Virginia, the Loudoun County Board of Supervisors just rejected a massive data center proposal for the first time ever. That proposed Belmont Innovation Campus development along Belmont Ridge Road is zoned in parts for data centers, but the landowners wanted to build more. Board members cited concerns over strains on the existing power grid. That project would have contributed to a need for additional high voltage power lines.
At some point, we have to say stop. We do not have enough power to power the data centers we have. We certainly do not have enough power going forward to power the additional 41 million square feet.
And the remaining land is still zoned for home construction. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin has just vetoed a bill designed to protect parents who use or possess marijuana. The measure would have banned the state from using this as sole evidence to prove a child is being abused or neglected. The governor claims the bill would have unintended consequences, but the bill's author says it's a common sense bill to prevent kids from being ripped away from their parents.
We've received calls from constituents and also advocacy organizations who have received calls from parents who have had their visitation or custody rights disturbed or taken away just on the basis of a positive drug screening.
And Virginia legalized simple possession and use of marijuana for adults back in 2021. Several drug-free zones have just been set up in the district. It's all part of that new Secure DC legislation that was signed into law just Monday. DC News Now's Candace Cole brings us up to speed.
I'm standing on the corner of 8th and G Streets Northwest, one of the newly declared drug-free zones across D.C. today. Take a look at this sign. It's a public notice letting people know that they're in a drug-free zone, something Mayor Bowser actually voted to repeal when she sat on the city council 10 years ago.
I have seen some folks smoking on government property, which is illegal. We've had people come up and get combative with us because they were so high.
Over a dozen drug-free zones went into effect across the district, covering parts of Northwest, Northeast, and Southeast. Their aim to stop 2 or more people from gathering with the purpose of, quote, knowingly or intentionally possessing, manufacturing, or distributing illegal drugs. According to the Secure DC law, the police chief can declare any area a drug-free zone for up to 5 days and with at least 24 hours written notice to the city council. The police chief, however, cannot declare the same area a drug-free zone for more than 15 days within a 30-day period. As the law law stipulates factors such as whether or not an area has experienced a high number of drug-related arrests, violent crime, or homicide in the area over the last 6 months should be considered before a drug-free zone is declared. Concerns over drug-free zones disproportionately targeting communities of color have been raised by the ACLU and D.C. residents.
Is this, a bill for all, or is this a bill to target a certain type of demographic of the city? It's really sad to think that, what was once, a safe haven for so many people has, just became a breeding ground for, new buildings that will essentially just eradicate so much culture that was, deep rooted in the area.
This first round of drug-free zones will be in effect until 8 a.m. next Tuesday. Reporting in Northwest, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Candace tonight.